Shalom.
Shalom.
First, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash.
double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, pretty much we just wanted to do a quick video. All right, nothing too long. All right, and as you can see in the title, all right, it says how Americans are basically arming themselves with military gear, all right, at record rates going into the election. Okay, and as we read in the scriptures, okay, pursuant to Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, that says that what you shall have one people shall stand up against another with swords in their hands. Okay, so now we're seeing a lot of, because we were just talking about it, how the average Joe, all right, does not necessarily have, like, you know, the average Jake over here, they don't necessarily have guns. You know, they don't own guns, or they're not really into that kind of stuff. They don't see the need for it. All they do is their 9 to 5 or their retail job or whatever it may be. But now, with how tensions are rising and fears are setting into people's minds, they're saying, yo, maybe we should just get a gun just in case. You know, maybe we should get this, or we should, you know, get this in case. So they're preparing, you know. So now let something hit, like a famine or, you know, whatever chaos hits, everybody's like, oh, I got something. And I mean, people that you wouldn't even think they got something, you know. So when they go door to door, or when they go against each other, you're like, how the hell so many gunshots and so many people with guns? Because they all started buying it out of anticipation, okay, of the chaos that's to come.
Hey, and that's all the spirit of the Lord, man, because now we're in a time of war. All right, this is all going to lead into, you know, World War III, because, you know, the comment that you showed me, all right, a lot of people are in the spirit of war. It's not of peace anymore, you know, and that's all going to what Yahushua said. Well, if a kingdom is divided against itself, how shall it stand? All right, so now you have the tension between the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, and then you also have MAGA versus Antifa, and so on and so forth. Black versus so-called white. Everyone is at everyone's necks. You know what I'm saying? You got men against women, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. You know, this is all going to prophecy, man. But you want us to read this article a little bit, or just get precepts? I'll just read a little bit. It says, Americans are frantically buying military gear before the election. Okay, so like the brother said, you know, a few years ago, coming to an election, people are just like, oh, I'm just going to go vote. But now there's so much tension in the air that even before the election, you got people, I seen it yesterday in New York City. All right, Luke Radowski was putting it up there. All right, you got, you know, people who support Trump, all right, fighting against people who don't support Trump. You know, just because he wears a MAGA hat, he's being attacked, man. He got hit in the back of his head. He was bleeding, you know.
Somebody got his teeth knocked out.
He got his teeth knocked out, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are getting into that spirit of war, and no matter what happens, whether Biden wins, whether Trump wins, there's still going to be some type of war, man.
Right.
And it's all being orchestrated by these elites, because ultimately they want what? Martial law.
Exactly. Because what does civil unrest lead to? Now you got to bring the order with. So they're going to allow you to get these guns and allow you to go crazy, because that's the justification for them to lock the shit down. Because now they can lock it down because there's civil unrest, and they got Corona in the background. Don't forget about that. You know. So these devils are definitely going to take advantage of it, and it's going to be a snare onto you people, because, yo, I'm telling you, man, you're going to be surprised when people come knocking, they kick down. You're like, where the hell did you get a gun? You know, they got it prepared because they were scared something was going to go down in the election. They were scared somebody might, because there's going to be looting,
right?
You know, right? So they were scared somebody might break into their house or something like that. All right. So these people are, the Lord is putting the spirit on people to get into that purge-like mindset. Because you will see a real purge. But here's the thing. It's not going to be for 12 hours. It's not going to be an announcement and there's 12 hours. Once it starts, you know what I'm saying, there's no chill, you know?
It's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop.
It says, conflict is on America's streets in 2020, and tactical apparel has become a lifestyle industry serving militarized law enforcement agents and the freelance gunmen who emulate them. Less than 2 weeks before the election, orders are rolling in. It says, since last year, online purchases have driven a 20-fold jump in sales of goods like the $220 CM6M gas mask, resistant to beanbag rounds for Myra Safety of Austin, Texas. All right, and Texas is known for being very like kind of like militia.
Right.
All right, you have Texas, Mississippi, you know, the states that's down south. They're very, very militant people, man. A lot of them are all, you know, so-called Trump supporters. And most of them are a lot of racists over there. You know what I'm saying? So that race war is That civil war is going to be a culmination of so many different things.
Race wars, class wars.
Exactly. You know, that going into what? Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right. People stand up fighting against another. All right. And everything is being orchestrated with not just the tension that's been building for years, pretty much since Trump came into power back in 2016. All right. He's been building that tension, you know, between so-called blacks and so-called whites. That's going to culminate lowering this year. You have
right there, precept. Brother put it up. Wake up the dead 144, 2nd Ezra 6:24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
I was gonna bring that out.
Yeah. You know, so that's like you were saying, that's the vibration that the Lord is gonna put out there.
But you just finished reading that, yeah.
Yeah, it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Right.
So the moral being that what you're gonna have that even friends are gonna turn on each other like enemies.
And that's happening now. You know, everyone is at such a tense point that you disagree with your friend, all of a sudden is turning into blows, man.
Right.
Everybody throwing hands.
They value their opinion over your friendship.
Exactly.
You know, they forget about the bonds and all the past, and then it's just the present. You know, you disagreed with me on this.
Right.
To hell with everything we built, throw that out the window.
Right.
And now we're just going to war. Because ultimately it shows you that what? Because what does the word friend go back to? Frat.
Right.
Or
Fratello.
Yeah, which is what? Brother.
Brother, God.
So a friend is an actual brother. But these people are not brothers. They're not actual friends. They're just acquaintances, people who know each other, and they agree on certain things, and so they like to call themselves friends.
Contemporary.
Exactly, because a friendship can be broken just off of a simple disagreement. You know?
God. Hey, and like I was saying, going back to the point, you know, even if you look at the presidential debate, you know, that's been going around, it's not, they're setting the tone. If you really pay attention to what they're saying, Joe Biden and Donald Trump, they're not telling you what they could do for the country. They're just cutting on each other.
Right.
So the supporters are gonna follow that same energy and say, you know what? I'm not looking at what this guy can do for me. I'm just looking at the negatives about him.
Right.
You know, so you have Biden supporters who are just saying, you know what? I'm just gonna vote for Biden because I don't like Trump.
Right.
You know, and Trump supporters are saying Biden can't do nothing for us. Trump has done a lot. We're gonna stay with Trump. So that alone, you have the tension there. Nobody's really reasoning and saying, you know what, this guy can do something for me. This guy is gonna be the best candidate for the country. Nah.
If you ask him, why are you voting for Biden? What's he gonna do for you? They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't got no answers, man.
Yeah. All they know is he's better than Trump.
Right.
So I'm gonna vote for him, man. Who knows? Who's to say he's not gonna be worse than Trump?
He is worse than Trump.
Exactly. What if he comes into because he sounds like a lower level of Caligula. Because Caligula had a brain problem to where he would forget things, you know, and he would just do some outlandish stuff. Here it is, you got Joe Biden on there talking about we're gonna have another 4 years of George.
Oh, George.
And he was about to finish it and say Bush.
He could have been saying George Washington. This guy's so crazy. Yeah. Hey, that's why Trump said he's 150 years old or some shit.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. You know, he can't formulate a sentence, but you got Americans. That's why I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, look, you have two candidates that don't really have anything positive to say. All right, they keep cutting on each other, but what are their policies that you're following? You know, you got these two guys. That's the representative of America today. That should tell you something of the state in America, because it's like, oh, we're just gonna vote for the lesser of two evils. The lesser of two evils, man.
Why would you vote for evil in the first place?
You see. So America is at its end, man. It's finished, man.
The best you can get is evil. The best you can get is the less of two evils.
Right.
Shows you that's what Isaiah 47th chapter, the whole chapter. This place is through, man. Morally, physically. That's why it's called the valley of the shadow of death. It's a low land.
Right.
All right. And we're gonna see now the manifestation. Because see, the reason the Lord had things calm for a while is for the elect. For the elect's sake, but we're seeing how the elect are waking up at such a rapid pace and being built up. Now the Lord is telling them angels, yo, start letting loose. You know, the angels holding the destruction back. They're letting loose, man. And things that wind slowly but surely, ultimately is the nuclear missiles, but it's slowly but surely coming upon the earth, man. You know, the food shortages and all that, it's gonna hit you at once. You know, it's gonna be boom, 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 and people are gonna lose it, man. People are going to lose it, man. You're gonna see people getting shot in the streets like it's nothing. You know, they do it now, but it's gonna be much worse in that time, man. Okay.
Yeah. It says Roman Zazevsky said of his new customers. It says, it says, it doesn't matter who gets elected. Founder Roman Zazevsky said of his new customers, they think that no matter who wins, Biden or Trump, there are going to be people who are upset about the result. Okay, so what does that mean? That means there's going to be rioting, there's going to be looting. And we had a perfect example. The George Floyd incident was a perfect example of what's about to come to this place very soon. Because that was a man who was so-called murdered by a police officer, and it set the whole world on fire. You had other countries protesting George Floyd.
Right.
So that who's to say that the results of this election is not going to be a global set for other people to start rioting too?
Right, right.
You know, it's just an energy thing, and they're going to tie it in with other nations, other countries. You know, you might have friends might say, well, you know,
because they're doing the Muslim they basically raising hell with that, because the Muslim that beheaded the teacher over there.
Right.
So
right,
now
yeah,
it's like they got a thing going on there with a back and forth of that going on there.
You got Stop SARS in Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria. Yep.
You know, and I was telling my boy, he's Nigerian. I was telling him, I was like, yo, bro, look what's happening in your country, man. I told you this was gonna happen. He's like, nah, bro, Beyonce gotta say something about this. You know, she was repping the whole African shit.
Beyonce.
And I'm thinking about like, damn, Jake, man, it's so simple. You know, and I was like, look, if a government can use its military to mow down their own people, all right, in a very low level, what makes you think that that's not gonna happen here in America, man?
Yeah, that's in Nigeria. We're dealing with Esau over here. How much more? Revelation 12:12. What do you think it means by great wrath? You know, they, like you said, they try to keep it low key in Nigeria, and everybody heard about it. So what you think is gonna happen when it happens here, man? You know, you people are finished, man. Let them bring them troops on the street. They want it to get so bad that when they bring the troops on the street, they're justified using lethal force. They want the norm to be gunfire, lethal force being used. Because like that lethal force virginity still hasn't been broken in the world, especially in America. It happens, but it's not on a trend-setting basis. Soon it will be on a trend-setting basis. You know, people are gonna, and look, man, this election, if they see that people aren't as aggressive, they'll send agents in there.
Of course.
Because like the comment that we're going to get, he's saying he doesn't want any problems. But they can send an agent posing as Antifa or the other side and actually start shooting people up. And they'll be like, oh, where do you know? And then actually, like they were doing during the riots. You know? They know how to pour the gasoline on the fire, man. Okay?
And they said, even Richie from Boston was saying it. You know, he said he believes that they might set it up where the only result that's going to come out of this is martial law. Right. And it makes sense because it's all order ab chaos.
Right.
You know, they need to allow people to get all this. Because I was thinking about it yesterday, reading this article, like, wait, so the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, they know that people are buying guns.
Right.
People are getting ready online. They're telling you straight up, look, we're going to come to your city. We're going to raise hell. All these different, hey, shalom, brother, shalom. Yabba Shema brother Ramath, you know. It says, yo, they got all these different states. All right, they sending threats to governors and so on and so forth. Why don't you go in there and investigate and arrest these people? You come into brothers' houses talking about what you guys plan to do for the election. We don't even vote. We're gonna sit back and watch like everybody else, man. Right. This is not our business. You know what I'm saying? But they're not taking their time to investigate these people who are out here actually buying guns and weapons, telling you online, telling you this is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you had the so-called Proud Boys. All right, Trump said stand by and all these different things because he knows, and they have motorcycles. These are hillbillies, man. Yeah. They got guns and ready to go.
Esau with his blessing.
Exactly, and he's gonna use it because it has to be done. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of that's all part of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? When then the resistance to that vaccine. All right, there'll be no food. All these different things are all gonna hit at once.
Yeah.
What if they turn off the electricity?
Oh, they will.
You know, they say they blame it on Iran and Russia, saying that they attacked us because now we can't have an election.
So that's a setup for World War III. Plus, you got your martial law. Now you gotta understand that order ab chaos means when the order comes, it's different than the order that was
the previous
before.
Order.
Exactly.
Yeah, it replaces it.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, understand that if somebody, you know, because there's a tactic that people use. If they need you to do something for them, they try to make it seem as urgent as possible. Right. So you don't even have time to process what they're asking, and instead you just do it.
React.
You know, yo, do this, what? Just do it, and then you do it. You're like, oh shit, they got you. That's what they're finna do with this chaos. With this chaos, it's so chaotic that when they bring the order, they can just literally lump everything together. Martial law, the chip, everything, they lump it together and say, this is the order. You know, it's not like, wait, you don't have time to think and say, wait, chip, where the hell does the chip fit in? Because all hell is breaking loose.
Go on.
You know, and then with the authority they can use, now they're not asking. They're not seeking your permission. They're not seeking your consent. They're not seeking your agreement. You basically signed all that off when you got into the chaos. You know, now they have permission to come and shut everything down. Now you do as they say. All right, like the brother said, one world government. And they're going to, what they're doing is, they're trying to incite violence and uproars in every country within every government,
God.
so that you can basically nullify the point of having separate governments. And then you say, all these governments say, yo, all our people are bugging out. We need to come together. We need to find a way, send them UN peacekeeping troops, all right, for one cause. You know, we want the whole world to stop this shit, get united, and get in order.
Right.
You know?
Yep, that's the key. You know,
Right.
order. Us is the whole global reset. How do you think they're gonna do that?
That's gonna need to be an intercontinental
Right.
economic collapse. And all it takes is for one major economy to go down. It's taking everything with it.
Yep.
You see how the stock markets react to just things that happen in America. If Trump tweets something crazy, the stock market goes crazy.
Yep.
So if the American economy fell because there's so much chaos in the streets, what you think is gonna happen to the rest of them?
You could have a huge economic collapse based off of the results of the election too.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes.
oh, whoever wins, it could send a trickle down effect.
Shockwaves, yeah.
You know, like I something that I noticed too, and then we're gonna get some precepts. All right, Australia. All right, their prime minister, or I forget what they use for their heads. All right, but he basically pretty much opened the premier. There you go, the water. He opened their things back up. You know, he said that starting, I believe, next week, I believe.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna open in
bars.
bars, malls, and so on and so forth. And I was like, why would they open it around the same time as the American election?
Right.
Because they anticipate that people are gonna start wilding out, and they're gonna use that as, look at all the riot and chaos that's happening. People first, they get to destroy themselves in their neighborhoods, and then they can come back and say, look at the COVID cases rising up again, because you guys were out there and not complying with what we gave you. So now we're gonna have to shut you back down because you didn't do what we told you to do.
That's right.
That's number one. Number two, starting today, New York says they're gonna push out a lot more police officers. So, you know, brothers out there in New York, just be careful. This is starting at 26. You know, they're gonna be sending police officers out more just in case of some type of anticipation for some craziness.
Basically setting up garrisons.
Setting it up, exactly. And I was thinking about, like, why are they sending police officers because of an election? Like, isn't it gonna be online ballot, all this extra stuff? Nah, because they send it up because they want to put police everywhere because they anticipate
Taking advantage of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Setting everything up so you can be familiar with having police around you, because soon those police officers are gonna get beat up very soon, and they're gonna be replaced with the troops.
Yep, because you got police officers in here. Now, if some shooting pops off over here, now everybody's rushing over there. Now there's a shootout between. It might start off with a Trump supporter and a Biden supporter, and then the cops get involved. Then it becomes whoever wins from them two against the cops. You know, now the cops are getting their ass whooped. They're getting killed, and people are saying, "Yo, the cops ain't able to do anything because cops got guns, but people also got guns."
Right.
You know, so now what? Now you can't call 911 because basically like how Rome stretched their military thin. You're pulling all these cops out here and they getting wiped out. People are shooting back, fighting back. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right,
we're gonna get that, and it's gonna lead to global chaos that they're gonna say the UN peacekeepers have to come in and instill some order.
Yeah.
Africa, they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's a book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
So you can't forget about that part, the plagues. You know, the Lord's gonna kill this place, man. You know, because we're dealing with the carnal aspect, you know, of the chaos with the people alone. But what else causes people to? Because you already going into chaos based on disagreements. Now, what about hunger? What about diseases? What about wild ant? Like, all these things are gonna be happening during this chaos because one thing is causing another. Ain't no zookeepers gonna be there. Now these hungry, malnourished tigers and lions and these big ass rhinos, and they freaking hearing gunshots and they go wild and come out of those areas, and the Lord start manifesting different animals you haven't seen before. You know, coming out of hiding. You're like, what the hell is that? That's 3 heads on that lion, man. You know?
Hey, the Lord could manifest something. Hey, Halloween, so-called Halloween is coming up, and it's going to fall literally on the Sabbath. It's Friday night to Saturday night, sundown, all right? And that's the Sabbath, and it's going to be on the 30th, all right? And it's a blue moon, okay? A full moon, too. You know how these demons pop out on a full moon. So, you know, brothers out there, just be careful. You know, once the sun starts going down, me personally, I'm staying home. I like staying home. But, you know, you got things to do, just pray and just, you know, just use wisdom, you know? But these people out there, they're going to get caught up. You know, here it is. This year has been so completely different from all the previous years. But you got people still forcing the issue of saying, well, Halloween, we're going to do this. Most are going to kill a lot of people this Halloween, man. Lord willing, that happens. All right, verse 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that
Hey, brother, if you gotta work, you gotta work. But understand that, it's just for like, if you don't have anything to do, then you don't necessarily gotta
Yeah,
be out. But if you
yeah.
gotta do your thing, do your thing.
Right.
The Lord said the angels encamp about them that, that love him.
Right.
So you're gonna be fine. The scriptures say what? There's gonna be death on our left hand and our right hand, but it's not gonna come nigh our habitation. Yeah. So you good, man.
Just keep the faith and just the Lord knows your heart. You know?
Lord, come on, man. Lord.
So continue, it says, Egypt, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, all right, mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
The foundation. That means the very last core that holds things together, Lord is going.
Constitution.
That's it.
Hey, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. You might have a constitutional damn, what's that word they use? They use a certain specific word, about how the Constitution will not be able to play.
Shalom.
All right, shalom, brother. It will not be able to play, all right, in what's coming very soon, man. Because they've signed so many executive orders that they were able to lock people down and people comply with it. You have constitutional rights that says they're not allowed to do that. They can't arrest you unless you have due process and so on and so forth. The Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment.
Oh, but you know what though? They did this so low key that now the UN can actually pass laws that override the laws of the land.
Right.
Basically override the constitution of the constitutional laws. On top of that, the presidential executive orders are laws. Okay, they are laws because under a state of emergency or under martial law, presidential executive orders become law.
Right.
And we are still under martial law since Abraham Lincoln's time. They never took it off. Okay. So all they're gonna do is just step it up.
Right.
All right. And you're gonna say, well, how you can't do that? Yes, they can.
We're still in the national emergency,
Yeah.
and they still never took it off. Continue. It says, verse 13, it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, so it's not just talking about America here specifically,
Right.
but the world. As you can see, since the beginning of the year, it started from China, it came all the way here, and it stayed here, man. What does that mean to you?
Right.
Now, all these different countries were able to kind of like quell it a little bit, but for America, it's always been COVID. Where it is, we just went to our mechanic. He's telling us all these different, he's seen it, he's like, oh, put your mask on. And that's one thing, I hate that shit. But you got people out here very delusional. They got them under a spell. They really believe that there's actually COVID out there. Oh, man,
It's giving placebo. It works both ways.
Yeah, because of mind, it's all witchcraft. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Exactly.
Okay.
With swords in their hands. So where they gonna get the swords, man? What people are gonna stand up and fight against another people? Where they gonna get the swords? That's why they're allowing all these gun sales to go. If you're a government and you anticipate there's gonna be violence and civil unrest on election day, would you not want to put a halt on gun sales and all these things? Would you, in order to stop it, wouldn't you say, no more, shut them down, stop, don't let them buy anymore, because that's just gonna make it worse. Because they actually want that chaos, man. These elites don't care for the benefit of you people, man. They care about their agenda, and they're going to achieve their agenda by way of force, violence, and death.
Right, and
they
using
said
the
it.
people to do it too.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the article, and then we'll get the precept. Just to back up what I just read in the scripture, 2nd Ezra, is people fighting against another with swords in their hands. It says, half the orders at Gladiator Solutions come from civilians, people, right? A big change from years when law enforcement was the major customer.
Oh.
So you went from law enforcement like police officers, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the CIA, all these different alphabet agencies. All right, they were the ones who were stocking up mostly on ammo, which they do. I did a video on that. All right,
The Department of Homeland Security with the hollow tip bullets.
yeah,
See, they got theirs.
hollow point bullets. Yeah. And the funny thing about that is that it hits and then it spreads.
Expands, yeah.
So it literally blows your organs and so on, tissues. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Stay in the spirit. 144 ba. That's the elder Tazawam over there.
Yep.
All right. But it literally hits and then boom, it explodes. So you have that going on. So they have ammo ready to fight against civilians. And you have civilians who are also stocking up on the same companies that these agencies go to buy their ammo. So it's head to head. Only difference is the government has way more ammo than the regular people do. All right.
But it's just like the first purge. They sat back and they watched on the screens. All right, what are these people doing? Are they actually getting into the violence, or do we need to send in the mercenaries, the Blackwater troops, to go and spark shit up? Either if Esau wants chaos, he will get it.
Right.
Like an example being George Soros and the what do they call that?
Black
Lives Matter. That's just showing you like they can fund people to do that. But this time they're not funding civilians. They're gonna send agents that know how to get the job done.
Of course.
Know how to pose as civilians and provoke. All right. That's how you have gang wars, man. You have agents that dress up as the opposing gang member, goes and kills another gang member, and then they start beefing like that.
Gone.
Okay?
Yeah, the post office. Yeah,
So that's the question, now, right? So why is the post office, agriculture department, why are they getting guns? Why are they ordering bullets and guns? Post office, you're supposed to be mailing joints, you know. So what's the guns for? What are you anticipating? You know, but they're getting ready, man. They're getting ready, and these average civilians, man, you can have a gun, but they don't know how to use it, man. What's a gun gonna do for you? Of all things, you gonna get it, and that shows you that the last thing Jake is thinking of is protection from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They'd rather get it. You don't even know how to use it, but you'd rather get it than put your trust in the Lord.
And that's gonna be to your detriment.
To your detriment, yeah.
All right. It says a big change from years when law enforcement was a major customer, said Matt Matarazzo, founder of the Danville, California company. Quote unquote, it says, we've seen a big uptick coming out of New York, New Jersey, Illinois, which is Chicago, all right, or Chicago is in Illinois, all right. Not just those states, but Chicago, Salakia, Chicago, Illinois, I just messed it up. Butchered it. Manhattan, Queens, and San Francisco. He said, we never did business with folks from San Francisco. So when I read this, the first thing I thought about was those states are major states where they could literally incite that violence, man, because these are
Operation Legend. Can't forget about that. You know?
And there was something, oh man, I was reading something about that, about how they've actually made progress with Operation Legend. It popped up a few days ago. I was reading about it. It says, we've seen a big uptick coming out of New York, so we got to watch out for New York. What could pop off over here? New Jersey, okay? Illinois, not just those states, but Chicago, all right? Manhattan, Queens, and San Francisco, okay? He said, we never did business with folks from San Francisco. So here it is. They covered it all from east to the Midwest to the West. Everything is all covered up, man. You know, and then you already know down south, like we said, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, they already stocked, locked and loaded, ready to go.
They got food bunkers. All of that. They train their children how to use, toddlers using weapons and all that. Man.
Yeah, it says before the pandemic, 5.11 Tactical, based on Irvine, California, was opening 2 stores a month, drawing customers for always be ready, quote unquote, always be ready events akin to cooking demonstrations at Williams Sonoma. Amid racks of military-style boots, pants, and vests, the classes taught self-defense, trauma care, and everyday concealed carry, or everyday/concealed carry.
Carnality, man.
Yeah.
All carnality. See that's what Jake is doing, man. You know, but understand that, look, they all getting ready. We getting ready too.
Right.
You know, we getting ready. You think the Lord is just going to leave us here while all this hell breaks loose? Everybody has their form of a defense mechanism, but we just going to be out here? Hell no, man. That's why the Lord is, what he's doing is he's saving the best for last. Because when our preparations are fully set, our power is going to be on a whole nother level, man. You know, you're going to be out here, y'all don't got no guns? Y'all don't got no nothing, man? Shit, you don't know what we got. All right, we don't even know what we gonna get. All right, but we know when the Lord brings it, man, it's gonna be powerful.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And jump down here. It says Trump ties. It says Donald Trump Jr., the president's eldest son, has featured in the advertising of various brands. A gun enthusiast raising what he called an army for Trump. To watch polls, Trump Jr. drew criticism for appearing in July promotions for a Utah rifle maker owned by a member of the order, a polygamist sect deemed a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Now,
That.
the same Southern Poverty Law Center got so-called black Hebrew Israelites,
And
which
they got
were
names.
Not,
They got specifics, different camps.
They put us, all right, they deemed us as black Hebrew Israelites, which is no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites. Nowhere in the scripture are you ever even going to see Hebrew Israelites. It's just Israelites or Hebrew. That's it. So we call ourselves Israelites. That's it. We're a nation. But they deemed us as what? A potential terrorist group. Because the words that we're saying to what's going to happen to this place, to them is terroristic. But what about these people here? So you mean to tell us that if we're such terrorists, how the hell are we out here walking in the streets? We pay taxes, we go to work, we do everything just like regular other people. What makes us terrorists? Why would you put us on a list like that, man? Because you know that the Lord's going to put that spiritual power on his men and there's going to be destruction out here. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's why you have to deem us, and there's something called dehumanization. They have to put it out there and desensitize the people and make them used to hearing associations with violence and us. If they hear violence, oh, black Hebrews, in fact, all these different, those are all agents. Because there's no way that the Lord is going to say, well, you know what, brothers, wear your garments, go grab guns and walk in the streets and protest about how they're killing black people. Since when was that? That's not written in the scriptures nowhere. It says, go out there and give them warning from me. Prophesy, man.
Right.
Use this word, the real sword, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got these guys, what's his name? Grandmaster J.
Yeah.
You know, going around, he's an agent. But are they seeing it? Americans are dumb. They can't pay attention to none of this stuff. Yeah. And that's why they're going to get got, man.
Some people actually think that NFAC going to protect them.
Oh, yeah. You know, unity camps and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, but hold on. It's like, the thing about it is, how you supposed to be an Israelite, but you getting carnal as hell? What's the point in even calling yourself an Israelite? The main thing you learn when you come into this truth is who you are and who your power is, where your power lies. So if you come into this truth and you're supposed to know that, why the hell you getting guns and getting all militant? Your power, when you come into this truth, you learn first and foremost that your power is not about that militant stuff. Okay, that's carnal. We deal with spiritual, man. Okay, King David and all of them. They look, Paul. The scriptures say Paul, he on his outward he looked weak, but Paul had power, man. Demons feared Paul. You know, so Paul wasn't out here talking about, let me get my strap, you know what I'm saying, and let me do all this stuff. No, man. Okay, our power lies in the spiritual, and the spiritual means just being you in the spirit.
Right.
You know,
right.
The spirit is like the Matrix. In the sense of when Neo went into the Matrix and they had to do program him and how to fight, program him with everything you need. That's how the spirit is. Whatever you need, the Lord programs it. You know, King David said, "What he teacheth my hands to war." You know,
make my feet like
hinds feet.
Right.
You know, my hand, I've broken basically balls of steel because the Lord can program that. You know, He can unlock that in you.
Right.
You know, that's you. You just rely on the Lord, man. Whatever situation you're in, He will give you the necessary power tailored to that situation for you to get out. If it's for you to fight, you'll be able to fight. You know, you on a flip of a dime, you knocking people like, what the hell's going on? I don't remember learning this, but it's gonna be natural.
Yep. And a lot of people who promote that kind of violent activities and we gotta get a strap because even Peter had a sword. First of all, after Yahushua left, where in the scriptures in the book of Acts does it say that the apostles went and got into fights and scuffles and so on? No,
the swords.
They avoided things like that. They avoided conflict because they were all in the spiritual, man. Right. You know, people don't. You underestimate the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You gotta really sit back and think like, yo, the Most High says this is what's gonna happen. When it happens, don't worry, I got you. What is there to fear? What is literally there to fear, man? Esau fears us because we haven't even done anything yet. They just fear the words. When we talk about spiritual power, they fear that, man. That's why they be using agents to come to brothers' houses and so on and so on. They know that the spirit that's within us is not of these regular people. We could walk around, we go out there in the highways and byways in front of people and curse Edomites out, curse Esau out, and live our regular lives like nothing. We don't got guns. We don't go to camp with guns, just in case, brothers will be strap up. We're not into that type of stuff.
Esau, because when you do that, Esau looks at you like, oh, you easy. You easy because I know you ain't getting shit.
Right.
Because you're not even in the spirit.
Right. You're playing into the field of Esau, man. Because he was blessed with the sword. You're playing into his hand. We waiting for something that's never been seen on this earth before.
That's right.
Something that he can't even counter. Something he can't even study. Something he can't understand to say, yo, what? We're gonna. No. If you bring a gun to a fight, Esau got you.
He knows that. He can disarm your ass.
Oh, man.
He can blow your ass up. Esau, he that is his blessing. He knows it. We not looking for that, man. We looking for something, like you said, we looking for something way above that, man. Now you mean to tell me when what's his name? Sephora and Ananias, when they sold the land and they came, when Peter found out they lied, did he say, yo, give me a sword, lay him down, I'm gonna chop him up into bits, and then, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna kill him that way? No. He dropped dead. It was a spiritual thing, man. He lied, and off of words, he dropped dead. That's what put fear in the church, man. Okay? Because if somebody cuts you up, you can defend against that. But you can't defend. How the hell do you fight that? You know, or you lied to the Holy Spirit and he just dropped dead. You know how? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deadly, man. You know?
You got it.
Yeah. This is a book of this Stay in Spirit 144. I tells one. He said what? Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 41 says, "Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against the Lord Yahweh. We will go up and fight according to all that the Lord Yahweh our power commanded us. And when ye had," it says, "and when ye had girded on every man his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into the hill." Verse 42, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto me, say unto them, go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies." Okay, so the Lord said what? He's telling them, look, you got all this armor and all that. If I'm not with you, you're going to be destroyed regardless. Now, you can go in there with no ammo whatsoever. But if I'm with you, you're going to destroy them.
That's right.
That's how the Lord works, man. He works not because you hope that I have a gun. Maybe the Lord can help me shoot the gun. No, he said, go in there barehanded. I'm going to fight with you. I'm going to fight for you. You don't got nothing to do about that, man. That's how the Lord works. He's looking for you to have faith in him.
That's right.
Not faith in what you can do with him, faith in him.
Right.
So put the guns away, put the knives away, put the swords away, all that stuff, and go straight head on, fight that battle, man. I'll be with you and I'll fight for you.
Provoke it. You gotta
man.
provoke it, man. And it gotta be by your faith, man.
That's right.
The three holy children.
That's right.
They provoked that miracle to happen through their faith, man. They said, look, it's either the Lord performs a miracle or we're dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now if the Lord allows us to die, who's gonna stand for him? Everybody else gonna bow down to the idol. You know, so if the Lord allows us to die, who's gonna stand for him?
Right.
Who's gonna promote his holy name? The rest of Jake is done. You know, and everybody else is against it. How about Shem Shai? We're the only ones that stand for the Lord. So if we go out there, nothing, we rely on the Lord to do something to protect us. Because if he doesn't, then we just gonna die.
Right. And how's his name gonna be glorified if he doesn't?
That's the question. Who's he gonna get fame in the land they will put to shame?
He said
who's gonna fulfill those prophecies?
Right. He's gonna defend us for his name's sake. Not because of our righteousness, but for his name's sake. He said the prophecies and the promises, and he said, look, I'm going to do this for my name's sake. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Men of Valor 12, West Coast 2, that's the brother Ramath. He said what? Psalms 44:6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. That's right. And that's the spirit that all of us who are sincere in this truth.
What scripture is that?
Psalms
44?
Yeah,
44. Actually, I have it here. I'm going to start up at verse 3. This is Psalms 44, verse 3. It says, for they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them. But thy right hand and thine arm and the light of thy countenance, because thou hadst a favor unto them. Thou art my king, O power. Command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's how you do it.
That's the name.
That's it.
Go ahead.
For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
That's right.
Okay, it says, but thou hast saved us from our enemies. Now, hold up though. King David was slaying thousands on the battlefield where he wasn't even touched. He wouldn't come back with a scar on him. How does one man slay tens of thousands? Okay, and then comes back with not a scratch on him. Why did King David not sing about his weapons? Why did he sing about his special sword that he used, or his special shield, or how fast his feet were? Why was he always speaking about the Lord? Because King David understood that if it wasn't for the Lord, it wasn't him doing it. It was the Lord putting the spirit on him to do it, man. So it was really the acts of the Lord using King David as a vessel. And King David understood that. And that's why the Lord loved using him as a vessel. Because the Lord said, if I use you, I'm going to be glorified. The same way when somebody goes to war, okay, and they come back, you don't glorify the sword, you glorify the person.
Right.
And what did the Lord say? Thou art my battle axe and my weapons of war. Okay, so the Lord is going to use us to exhibit spiritual power on the earth to glorify him.
That's right.
Okay, with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Right.
Who's gonna break in pieces the nations? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Right.
He's just gonna use us to do it, and we are gladly willing to do so.
That's right. Hey, and that's why we don't fear Esau, man. We honestly don't fear Esau, bro. Like, you gotta understand that. People be thinking that this is like a thing we say. No, we believe it. We don't fear Esau because we understand that the power that we serve is greater than the power that Esau could ever even imagine existed. They don't believe on the Most High like we do. Like the brother Tazwam did a video yesterday that the ones that are with us are stronger than are more and more powerful than the ones that are with them. You know what I'm saying? That's what we believe, man. We believe that we have the Most High on our side. He's proven it to us time and time again. We go to camp every single week, no swords, no weapons, nothing. He takes us safely there and brings us back home safely, man. He's always with us. We feel the angels around us. I got a quick precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, start off at 28. It says, "For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord Yahweh my power will enlighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop.
That's right.
And by my power I have leaped over a wall."
By my power, not King David's physical power, but his God.
Right.
Okay, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Right.
So if we want to run through walls, we gotta. How did King David do it? That's the blueprint. King David is giving us the blueprint for the actions that he did.
Go on.
What did he do? With who? With the Lord. So we find the Lord.
That's right.
You want to run through walls? Find the Lord.
That's right.
You want to what? Let's keep reading.
It says, verse 29, "For by thee I have run through a troop,
You want to run through troops? How you gonna do it? By the Lord.
and by my God, my power, Yahweh, I have leaped over a wall."
By Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we're gonna do that.
That's right.
You know?
It says, "As for the Most High, his way is perfect."
His way is perfect. You want to be perfect? You gotta find the ways of the Lord.
That's right. "The word of the Lord Yahweh is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him."
That's right. It says it's tried. So we're not going off of an unproven theory. We're going off of what's been written, is experience. It's been written already.
Right.
All right? Really, in our spirits, we've experienced the power of the Lord already.
That's right.
We just don't remember it.
Right.
But once again, it's what? It's muscle memory, just like in this case, it's spiritual memory.
Spiritual muscle memory. That's
You know,
right.
spiritual muscle memory. So we remember the trust and the deliverance that the Lord has given us before. That's why it's innate.
easy.
You wonder why you have so much faith. It's because it's built within you.
Gone.
You know?
It says, verse 31, "For who is the Most High?" It says, "For who is the Most High save the Lord? Or who is a rock save our power?" Okay, he's the only one. That's why he's known as the Most High.
We got him.
Okay, that's
Jackpot.
right. Verse 32, "It is the Most High that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet and setteth me upon my high places."
Key word, he maketh
That's right.
my feet like hinds' feet. So he can make our feet like hinds' feet. He can set us in high places. The Lord does that.
Right.
He does it all. He kills, he makes alive. He's controlling the battle. So why what I don't get it.
It says, verse 34, "He teacheth my hands to war."
He teacheth my hands to war. The way the Lord teaches ain't gonna be, yo, so here's how you throw a punch. No, he just puts it in your spirit,
That's
man.
right. That's right. It says, "So that a bow of steel is broken by my arms."
How does somebody teach that? You can't teach somebody to break steel. You grab it this way, and when you bend it this way, no.
It's a spirit that falls upon you. Yeah, you just get angry. You get the spirit's on you. You just do things that you be like, "Oh shit!" You don't even know. You just do it.
All right.
You know, just like going out there and teaching. When the spirit is on you, it just comes out. You don't really meditate. Oh well, bring out the spirit. It just comes out.
Right.
You know. Verse 35, "Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip."
So we're not gonna miss a step. We're not gonna miscalculate. Everything is gonna be perfect, man.
Not gonna break your ankles.
You ain't gonna break your ankles. You're gonna be doing maneuvers that if you even thought about before doing it, you bug out.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Once you're done, you be like, how the hell? You know what I'm saying?
It says, "I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that they were not able to rise."
This is why we don't fear Esau, because
Right.
he's gonna come running and he's gonna turn around running.
Right.
And we're gonna be doing the
Oh
chasing.
man. It says, "They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Though it says, "Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me." So Esau, when you come in rolling like the scripture say in Isaiah 59:19, when they come in like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up that standard. We're reading some of those standards now.
Right.
That's spiritual power. And when you come in, you better come in with like 1,000 troops per person, because that's going to make it fun. If you come in there thinking, oh, it's a SWAT team, get 10. It's done. We're gonna be sleeping and knocking you out at the same time. It's not gonna be fun. Make it fun for us. All right. That's the confidence that we have in the Lord. Confidence that we have in the Lord. You can look up the word confidence real quick after I'm done with this.
Yeah.
All right. It says what? It says they cried, but there was none to save them. So they were like, oh my God, oh please, my arm, my leg, oh, you know. The Most High ain't even trying to hear none of that, man, because they came in opposing the Most High as men, and the Most High set up that standard to destroy them, to glorify His name. Because at the end of the day, what we gonna say? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, call Holo Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. We're not gonna be saying, oh yeah, the gun. No, man.
Yeah, right.
Yo,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm nice with the aim.
It says, thou hast also given me. No, it's like it. They cried, verse 41. They cried, but there was none to save them.
So guess what? Them demons that they listening to, that told them to come after us, they gonna call them demons then. Them demons gonna be nowhere to be found. Baal, Molech, hold up. What's going on?
Right. It says what? Even unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, but he answered them not.
So they gonna get real desperate. They gonna call on our power.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, yo. Most are not gonna hear that. It says, then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind.
Oh shit.
I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets, man. So that's what the Lord is going to do for us, man. That's all part of what? The confidence that we have in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.
See, that's power.
That's power.
That's actual power. You can't do that with a gun. You just got to understand, man. But you know what? It takes sight. People actually have to see these things, man. But it's gonna hurt you because you're gonna see it and you're not gonna get a taste of it. You know why? Because you didn't believe, man. You look at how great the power we're reading about is, and all you got to do is believe and have faith, and you can get that.
It says confidence, assurance, or belief in the goodwill. Okay. It says trusting, firmly trusting, bold, to have full trust or reliance. Okay. Going down, it says freedom from doubt. Okay. A feeling of trust, a state of confident hopefulness that events will be favorable, man. That's confidence.
Favorable for who though? For us.
Yo, man.
Okay, that's that standard. It's gonna be lifted on our behalf. Because they're going to come in like a flood after us. Really after everybody, but they're going to target us. And when they come for us, see, when they go after everybody else, it's going to be light work.
Right.
But when they come after us, man, you send a troop this way, and then all your forces are wiped out. You're like, what the hell is going on? They just disappearing off the radar. You know? Yeah, I sent 10,000 troops, and y'all can't go get a freaking 20-year-old over there, man.
Right.
A 24. You know, they might come after brothers who are a little older. You know, he's 60 years old. You can't grab a 60-year-old man. Like, what the fuck is going on?
They'll be like, the shit that we seen. Oh nah, this man transformed in front of us, man.
Yeah.
He's doing too much right now. The eyes turned the lights were going off like he's doing. You know,
they're gonna be on like Heliodorus.
Right. Oh
when
yeah.
He went back.
Yeah. He said, look, if you hate somebody, you don't want take him there. The Lord, they're gonna deal with him over there, and then you come back, you be good now.
Man.
You know, it says, well, confidence is secret that is confided or entrusted to another. So that spiritual power is a secret that the Lord is going to bestow upon his elect men. It's not going. That's why it's going to be so precious, and Esau is not going to understand it because it's a secret. It's something that he's never really had an ability to study or to understand. Going back to Psalm 64, it says where they do a diligent search. Lord ain't there ain't no brothers out here that got spiritual power doing all these things. If it was, Esau will capture one of us and go do a study on us. You know, like the black Jesus story you was telling me.
The angel.
Yeah, the angel that came down, but I believe was 1960.
1960s
Yeah,
around there.
and they said they grabbed him, they shot him up, they chopped him up and everything, and he still manifested, came back and said, look, your desire for me to get off this earth is very strong, but I'm gonna tell you this, in the future, there's gonna be men like me who are gonna be coming up very soon, and this time you're not gonna stop us.
Yeah, more people going to develop,
exhibit those powers that I
spiritual
have.
powers that he
Right.
had.
And you're not gonna be able to stop us, meaning you shoot, and then what? He regenerates. You chop off a limb and it comes right back. So they study that, and that's why they have those exoskeleton robots, super soldiers. All these different things is a concept to battle that. Because we're talking about like why they got all this technology for soldiers against regular people. That's overkill.
Right.
You know? But they understand that there's gonna be a time that they're gonna need it against certain men. Okay, and they see the men rising up, preaching about spiritual power, and they're like, wait, they've never seen this before. They're talking about they're going to be flying, they're going to be shooting this, they're going to be jumping here, disappearing, killing, doing all. It's like, wait, how are they going to do that? Because they have a faith and believe and their confidence in those words that have been written aforetime. You know, that's what it means by faith. Having faith, because what? Faith provokes miracles.
That's right.
And in the time of judgment, in the time of our affliction, we're going to call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and he's going to make his hands available to us, man. He's going to make his ears onto us. He's going to cleave onto us and protect us, man. We believe that wholeheartedly, man. No brother who's sincere in this truth is going to sit there and say, well, I'm here, but I'm not too sure. I'm going to just hang on to this brother. No, you have faith that you believe that if you call upon the name of the Lord in the time of trouble, he's going to deliver you, man. He does it over and over again in small increments, but very soon when our lives are on the line, okay, we're going to have to use his name to bring life back, give us hope, all right, give us that strength of salvation. And that's the times that we're coming in, man. All right, get that.
And you notice too, when you praying, especially when you in a tough situation, and it's urgent, and you praying, and your heart is beating, and you that's
still nervous.
serious. The prayer gets answered right on the spot. You know, the Lord doesn't take time; He answers it right. It's urgent. You know, so the Lord answers it on the spot. So how much more when your life is in danger, man? Now this is Isaiah 59:1, and I also say this, man. Brothers gotta understand that things don't happen by chance. When you understand that, you do not panic. Nothing happens by chance. When you understand that everything is orchestrated by your power, by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you don't get scared. You ain't gonna say, what if I'm going and a bullet just flies? That's by chance. Unless the Lord sanctions and says, I want a bullet to fly when you step here and hit you in the head, it will not happen. And the Lord said he said he gonna protect us. So even if you get surrounded by troops, that's not by chance. The Lord did that on purpose. Okay, so that just have the faith in that. Now this is Isaiah 59:1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. So if the Lord has the ability to save, and he can hear you, what is stopping him from saving you? You got to call him. Because he could do it, so you got to call him.
That's right.
But if you don't call him believing, he ain't gonna answer, man. It's not that he can; he's not going to. Okay, it says verse 2, but your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear. But that's why now the Lord is showing his face onto us, man. Okay? Because we've repented and we're coming back to our power. So now I'm going to jump down to verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Not your guns, not your gangs, not any of that, man. The Spirit of the Lord. All right.
Got a quick precept. All right. And then we're gonna close it out. All right. This book, the brother stay in the spirit. The older brother stay in the spirit. 144 bar. Psalm 149 verse 6 and 7 says, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand."
So what are we gonna do with that? Is it for show? Is it just for? Is it like a Comic-Con? You just go and flex around and stuff? What are we gonna do with that?
Right. It says what? To execute vengeance upon the heathen.
Whose vengeance? It starts with the Lord's vengeance. Go ahead.
It says, and punishments upon the people. All right, verse 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written.
So it's in here.
This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's how you do it.
All right.
That's how you do it.
So
you're gonna need power to do it.
We're gonna need power to do that, and he's gonna give us that power, man. You know, this thing is all spiritual, it's all natural, man. We have faith in that 100%, and the Lord, because of our faith, he's going to increase it more, and he's going to make it all manifest, because we're not going to be looking like fools saying that the Lord's going to do this, you know, boasting in his name, and he doesn't do it.
And then the thing is, we've already put the Lord's name in there, and it's a true name, So now if he didn't do anything, people gonna look at us like, oh, so y'all would just what the hell? And then they gonna look at the name of the Lord like, so it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. And the Most High's name is not gonna be used in vain. Never. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we believe everything wholeheartedly, man, because guess what? We are those men coming back. Whether you like to believe it or not, we are those men coming back, man. You know, we believe it wholeheartedly because our spirits were made for this. You know, it's like we look around the world and we're like, man, look how people think. Look how people live. Look how they have soul. They have no faith. You know? We didn't need the Lord to show us angels physically. We didn't need to go into a chariot physically. We didn't need the Lord to come sit next to us at night and speak to us and tell us, look, this is what's going on. You're going to be fine. No, we read the scriptures, but for some reason, we believe it as, it's almost like the Lord showed us these things. He showed us physically, plain, look, boom, this is what's going to happen.
We saw it through faith.
Right. We saw it through faith, man. And now the vision is clear. You know, it's very clear, and soon it's gonna be made manifest. Man, that time is coming, man. And these agents know that. Esau knows that.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that. So, hey, brothers, don't be afraid. Don't question it. Don't doubt. Just keep the faith, man. Because look, they're gonna come, but until they come, we're not gonna see the power manifested. We're not gonna be able to do things with the power. So until they come, it's all about what? Defense.
Right.
Okay, defending the gospel. All right, and ultimately defending the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua here on this earth, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
So
stay
we're
in the
gonna do this
spirit.
thing.
Stay in the spirit and just let the movie play out, man.
That's right.
Let the movie play out. The Lord already got everything set. The elect already got the victory through Yahushua. So just let it play out. We just gotta watch it happen. Nothing we can do is gonna change what the Lord has already set in place. So if you stress, you're only gonna destroy yourself. Calm down, get a cup of tea or something, and
relax.
just chill out, man.
Chill out, man.
The Lord said we're gonna be good. It's already written.
Right.
So just let it happen, man.
Right.
So right now, look, we're gonna see what happens on the election. Hey, like we said, we all men. We gotta watch. Okay? We all gonna watch and see. Somebody keeps coming on my combo asking, so do you think all hell's gonna break loose after the election? Do you think all hell's gonna break loose during the election? Do you think martial law? I don't know. Okay? I'm watching just like you.
Right.
We know it's gonna happen, but the Lord didn't say specifically 2020 in the election, this is what's gonna happen. So we all gotta watch and see.
Right.
But we're telling you, just be prepared in the spirit in case something does go on in the election. We do hope it does, because it speeds up prophecy, but we all gonna have to watch and see.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Hey, well, let's get that comment that the guy posted on your
Oh,
channel.
yeah.
He said, I am.
This was a comment by, you just read
Right.
it.
There's a comment by a Trump supporter. He said, I am a Trump voter in the Midwest Great Lakes region, and as long as it doesn't come knocking on my door, it's all good in the hood. If it does come knocking on my door, I've got enough M855 rounds to stand off a small army, and so does everybody that I know. We're not talking hundreds, we're talking thousands. Nobody wants no drama. Everybody wants a peaceful election. Everybody should stay home, watch the TV, then think about what makes us all Americans morons. It says what makes all American morons want to run the streets, burn, murder, and loot people will get smoked. I pray not, but it says I pray not, but I'm not joking. The average Joe guy working in a factory or some auto parts place has armed up for World War III. We're not talking one rifle, we're talking 5 to 7 and handguns and shit. It says the shit is insane. People need to chill. You know what I'm saying?
Trump supporters.
So that's Trump supporters. So they could play this thing out however they're going to do it, but regardless of what happens, whatever result comes out, there's still going to be chaos because there's tension on both sides. Whatever happens, we're going to see some fireworks.
We're gonna
man.
watch and
We're
see.
gonna
Hey,
win.
if Biden wins and they like hell to the no, we ain't
That's
letting
it.
Trump leave. They could. If Trump wins and they're like the Democrats is like get him out and they're like nah, we're gonna defend him. We're gonna see if there is no election because it gets called off over a false flag. We're gonna see. We don't know. These are all possibilities that we just have to watch and see. Ultimately, what our Father and our Big Brother have in store for us.
That's right.
So just watch it, man.
Just watch.
Okay,
and pray.
that's
Watch
it.
and pray.
That's all it is, man. So you're pretty much gonna end it there. Hey, the water for you elders and brothers that are tuned in. That watch. Lord willing, you were edified. Lord willing, it was pleasing to the Lord. But we're in that time, man. Just have faith. Okay, it's not difficult. Just believe, man.
That's it.
That's all you got to do. Tell yourself and just believe, man. Okay. So with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Until next time, Shalom.